We'll try it again after a second glass. But before we do, a little. So I'm English. I live in France, and the French and the English have kind of been historical enemies in inverted commas. Um, and there's very few people that live in France have ever lived in England, and very few people that live in England have ever lived in France. So very few people qualified to talk about either one or the other being better. But so I've been here since 2011, um, and very seldom has there been a day where somebody hasn't made a reflection about me being English. Um, and you know, you get a, a total myriad of um, social strata. It's not to do with that, and it's not to do with educated or not really. It's just people that have moved around won't do it. People that haven't moved around will. Racism is entirely natural for people that haven't moved around because something foreign comes into your local landscape, your local society, your local way of being. Naturally, you will be wary of it and push against it in a way that everything in nature will do, and we're no different. Um, but as you move around and you live in different places, I mean, I've lived in Australia, I lived in Germany for a while, um, not long, months. We're talking Australia for a year. I've travelled to the States, I've travelled to different places. I've travelled around South America for 3 months. My mum lived in Spain, my mum lives in France, I've lived in France for a quarter of my life. Kind of get used to the idea that there are wankers and good people, every colour, every nationality. It's just the way it is. However, this doesn't detract from the fact I have been, in inverted commas, racially abused pretty much every day of my life that I've lived in France. Racially abused. You know, people will reflect it's a strata of you're a fucking English pig to when it's raining, this is typically English weather, or that's typical English work, which is a bit like English. Anyway, I don't take it. I don't take offence at it because for me, you know, I don't feel inferior to the person that's saying it. And pretty much every time I feel superior to them because I've lived in the two places, so I've got more knowledge of what he's talking about. So I don't take offence at it, and it doesn't offend me because the only way that an offence exists is for the person to take offence at it. Now, imagine that I was a different nationality. I was still white, and somebody took me out for being Jewish every day of the years that I lived here in France. A, there's no way that that would be acceptable. B, where is the offence? It's in the same place. So, or you know, if I was black, It's the same fucking thing. If you don't feel offended, where is the offence? And where is the problem? Well, behind that, if you're disadvantaged and you can't do certain things because you're black or you're Jewish or you're English, then yeah, it's wrong. And if you really don't like it, move somewhere else, you know? I think there's 2 or 3 times since I've been here that things have been done because I'm English and people generally don't like English people, which is stupid. But that's the way it is. I can always go back to England if I want to. Anyway, my little tuppence on the topic of racism. A, how natural it is. B, how inherently, after a while, stupid it is when you realise. But it is natural. So there's no getting over that. And C, I mean, my kids at school got called English pigs, English dogs, every fucking day at school. My kid, my youngest, got kicked out of his posh Catholic school for doing a Roman salute to his mate across our class. And I said to them when they were kicking him out, I said, my son is not racist. He's being called an English pig, an English dog, an English bastard every fucking day of his school career in your school. And you're accusing him of being racist. I said, your values are all mixed up, boys and girls. So there we have it. Second glass of cheap white. Let's shoot some arrows. English arrows. This one's for Agincourt. Agincourt. They're not too bad after a rant.